We begin with a series of significant developments here on the local front. The Supreme Court has returned to the High Court an election law violation case against Democratic Party presidential candidate Lee Jae-myung. Our political correspondent Shin Ha-young is standing by live on the line with the latest. Ha-young, it's good to have you on. Now let's begin with details, Ha-young, of this latest decision by the Supreme Court.
Sure, Sunny. So the Supreme Court has sent the election law violation case of Democratic Party presidential candidate Lee Jae-myung back to the High Court. And the top court was split 10-2. And today's ruling follows an appeal by prosecutors against a High Court ruling in March that had overturned an initial guilty verdict by a local court. And in the initial verdict by Seoul Central District Court in November, he was convicted of making false statements during the previous presidential campaign. And these include denying ties to the late Kim Moon-gi, a key figure involved in a land development scandal in Seongnam during a media interview in 2021, and also false claims that there was pressure from South Korea's land ministry to rezone a research institute site in Baekhyun-dong area of Seongnam. And the top court on Thursday ruled that Lee's statements, including remarks about the Gulf trip with Kim and his remarks about the Baekhyun-dong area, are considered as spreading false information under Public Official Election Act.
Right, I see. And what has been Lee Jae-myung's response to this latest ruling?
Well, Sunny, Lee Jae-myung did not appear in court today as defendants are not required to be present. However, after the ruling, he said the ruling is completely different from what he believes, adding that the will of the people is what matters most. And Lee's legal team also said that it cannot accept the ruling. And meanwhile, with the latest ruling, Lee will now face a retrial at the Seoul High Court. And since the court must follow the Supreme Court's decision, he is expected to be found guilty. And the court is expected to hold a sentencing hearing to decide his sentence. And today's ruling drew much attention as it could have affected presidential frontrunner Lee's eligibility to run in the upcoming election. And with the case sent back for a retrial, his candidacy remains unaffected since the final ruling has yet to be made. However, if he is elected before the ruling, it could spark controversy over whether the trial should be paused during his term. And that's all I have for this hour. Back to you, Sunny.
All right, Ha-young, thank you for that coverage. That was our political correspondent, Shin Ha-young.